to our practice, making sure that you have everything that you might need. And let's begin in Sukhasana on our mats. As we prepare the base of the body, the hips, the buttocks, connecting with the ground, with the earth below. The dorsal hands on the thighs pressing down to help us lift and offer the lungs, the chest, the heart to the sky above. The eyelids closing completely. And entering the world of breath, and through the breath, mind flowing inwards. Soft, smooth inhalations and exhalations. And then the hands lifting the palms, pressing together all the way up to the fingertips. And opening this practice with one more. Inhale. The hands releasing, the chin lifting, the eyes opening. And let us come to Yoga Udrasana Sukhasana with the exhalation. Each inhale filling the back lungs evenly and broadly. Each exhale, walking the hands a little further forward, stretching and pushing the hips back. The breath itself helping to unravel and find the lines, the inner architecture of the asana. And then looking back up, emerging and changing the cross of the ankles. Coming in with the exhale, so inhale. And exhale, streaming forward. Yoga Mudrasana. Feeling that broadness in the back body with each inhale. Maximizing that and reaching forward with the fingertips as you push the hips back with each exhale. And then looking up and coming back out. Upadishvakonasana. Preparing the buttocks so that the inner groin of each of your legs is rolling to the earth. Pull the toes back. Squeeze the muscles around the thighs. Make the legs firm, gripping. And with the exhale, Yoga Mudrasana. Keep exploring with each breath cycle how to illuminate and bring more understanding to the inner space of the asana. But at the same time, keep the outer foundation, the outer structures, the grippingness in place. And then lifting the head and re-emerging. Check on your legs, your feet. Are they still as you thought they were? And then Baddha Konasana. Take a moment with your hands to ignite the outer skin cells to their correct action. The inner groins rolling back as much as possible. And with the exhale, entering Yoga Mudrasana. Feel the breath becoming longer, broader, deeper, streaming. And then lifting the head and coming back out. Bringing the knees in and lying down on our backs. We're going to be doing Supta Paradushasans. So if you want to use a strap, do go ahead and take one. Otherwise, keeping the feet bent, lifting the right leg up and taking hold of that foot, extending the leg as best as possible. Pull the toes back. And then see if you can come back and lie on the mat again with the back of the head. Continue with the length and the broadness of the breath, seeing where sensitivity comes now. Where is the inhale most felt? Where can the exhale be most useful? Keep pushing the front thigh to the bone, away from you. And then bending that right leg and bringing the foot to the mat. So lifting the left leg now, lifting ourselves up, holding the foot and extending the leg as best as we can. Looking at the foot and pulling the toes back. And you feel the leg open even more. And then coming down to lie on the mat. Deep, long inhalations and exhalations. And notice how in this pose, the front rib cage and the side ribs are really free to expand with the inhale. So with the inhale, see if you can broaden the right ribs, broaden the left ribs. New space being revealed. And then bending the left knee and placing the foot to the floor. Dviparasutta Pavamukkasana. Lining the inner feet up, lining the inner knees up. And then interlocking our fingers. And releasing all tension from the eyes, from the face. We want to be stepping back into that state of witnessing everything, a multitudinous witnessing. Soft, deep inhalations and exhalations, guiding us into these new shapes, these new aha moments as we observe. Keep feeling the broadening and the freedom coming to the side ribs. Noticing if one side is restricted, if one side expands more than the other. How could you direct the inhale to feel more and more symmetry between both sides? And then bringing the feet back to the floor. I'm just moving to take up the whole of my mat now. Supine Asana. So move the feet a little bit away, lift the right leg up, and cross it over the left, and hook the right foot behind the left heel, the left calf. And now move the feet even a little further away. And then inhale, the ribs broadening now. And exhale the legs over to the left. Your left hand can help the legs to come over. And take a few breaths there. Just filling that new space, getting used to it the same way you would if you opened a room that you'd never been to. Surveying your surroundings, the inner surroundings. And then extend the arms so that the hands are in line with the shoulders. So you're getting that broadness there. And inhale. And with the exhale, turn and twist to the right, away from the legs and the knees. So each inhale still broadening the side ribs. And each exhale, twisting more deeply into the space of that asana. Stay with the breath, using the breath as an inner vision to understand more, to feel more, to notice more. And then gently coming out, uncrossing the legs, and just centering yourselves again. So you're right in the middle of the mat, wiggling around, feeling the lower back, the hips connect to the mat. And now moving the feet a little bit away, lifting the left leg up and crossing the left leg over the right, and hook that foot behind. Move the feet a little bit further away again. Inhale and exhale the legs over to the right hand helping the legs to move towards the ground. Might take a little bit of nudging. Don't twist yet, just let this first part happen. Keep the breath fluid. A river of inner fluidity. Again, extending the arms so the hands are in line with the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale, twisting to the left. The twisting starts from the belly button. And twisting and turning to the left, the head turning. Traveling completely with the breath. The inhale, broadening the side ribs, the lungs. And the exhale helping with the twistingness, the yieldingness. And then slowly coming back out of that, uncrossing, and back to a Dviparasuttapavana Muktasana. Lining the inner feet up, lining the inner knees up, interlocking the fingers and rolling the shoulders back. So the chest is open, the shoulders aren't hunching up towards the ears, reconnecting with the breath, with the inhale, with the exhale, and what each part of that brings. So in our last Viparasuttapavana Muktasana, we were really tuning in to the beautiful expansion that's possible in the side ribs with the inhale. So we want to keep that, the imprint is there, so it'll be easier to connect and keep. And we want to add in the very purposeful pacification of the abdomen through the exhale. So the inhale keeps the broadness expanding and the exhale being directionalized in the entire abdominal cavity so that it's pacifying and descending towards the lower back, towards the ground. One more breath cycle. And then exhale and releasing the feet to the ground. Alright, now we're going to bring the right leg up and invite the right leg into Padmasana, placing the foot on the thigh and the inner groin rolling open. And then bringing the left foot up and placing our hands behind the left knee, drawing that left leg towards us, and then Ekaparasuttapavana Muktasana as we gently bring Padmasana action to the right leg. Now reconnect with the depth of the breath, reconnect with the drishti aspect of the breath, using it as a way to have deeper, more insightful inner vision, inner sensation within this asana. So with the inhale, keep exploring the broadening of the ribs and particularly the side ribs, the pranayamic gills. And with the exhale, the continued pacification of the abdominal cavity. And the heel, if it's pressing into the abdomen, can help you with that. It can press down And instead of resisting against the heel, follow the heel and melt the abdomen downwards. And then releasing in order to change sides, but just wiggle the foot a little bit. Feel how the ankle has awoken and imagine the webs of fluidity that are now reconnecting, decongesting. Left leg into Padmasana, moving the calf and placing the foot at the crux right here of the thigh. And bring that right leg up. Fingers interlocked behind the knee. Ikapada in Ardha Padmasana. Right back to the breath. Working with the inner spaces, the inner sensation. As we inhale, how can we expand the cathedral of our ribs from inside, broadening to the side, to the front, in all directions. And with the exhale, how can we encourage the complete surrender and pacification of the abdomen without closing the ribs? Every now and then, keep checking in with your face. If the eyeballs feel that they're hardening or the face is pressing forward, release, let that go. Move out of the brain, move into this new kind of intelligence with the breath inside new spaces, igniting inner senses in new ways. And then gently releasing out of that, and of course just moving the foot around a little bit, both directions, integrating those openings. Anantasana, so rolling over onto your, well, I'll be on my right hand side, but I know it's going to look like I'm on my left, but I'm on my right. And the key is to move the right elbow back, and then to move the hips forward, and then to move the legs and feet back. So it's an arch shape. I like to call it a rainbow shape, because I love rainbows. Now stack the feet, firm the knees, and you'll be feeling the opening here, the side of the breast, the armpit area, the side ribs that we've been working on with our breath. Don't push the head forward. There's a tendency in this pose to push the head forward. Really have the front face, move back, pressing into the hand, and then press that armpit down. And begin to explore through the breath the inner architecture of this asana. And see what the inhale can bring to increase that inner freedom. what the exhale can bring to release congestion and to therefore increase also that inner freedom. The legs are firm and the middle buttocks are pressing forward. Keep encouraging that right shoulder to move down, to get deep into the space of the armpit, the side of the breast. Think of all the lymph nodes that we have there and press down into them to stretch everything open. And now we're going to lift the top leg up, the left leg, and place the foot in front of the thigh. And then bring your hand, your left hand, to the inner groin and roll it to the outer groin. The action of Padmasana, Padmasana. And with your hand then, keep that action intact and also push away. So you feel the tearing and opening here. The hips may want to fall back. Keep pressing the middle buttocks forward. One more breath cycle. And then the hand to the floor, releasing this leg out, extending the right arm. And then rolling over to the other side. And now onto the left hand side. Anandasana. So the elbow moving back, the hips moving forward, and sorry, I was going to be off the mat there, and then the legs going back and the feet stacking. Take your moment to settle into this new space, to feel through the breath, to see through the breath, to taste through the breath. And then begin to align, to correct that which needs adjusting, refining, making sure that the legs are firm, the middle buttocks pressing forward, and that left shoulder moving down so you can penetrate into this left ribcage, armpit side of the breast area more and more. See how you can keep filling the ribs, the lungs, the broadening of the side rib with each inhale. And feel that delicious stretchingness, the skin, the organ of the skin itself being stretched and tearing, a porousness coming. The legs still charging. And now let's lift the top leg and place the foot. And then using our top arm, roll the inner groin to the outer groin and push away. And feel how you can stretch this particular area right there. And come back into the breath. The inhale, expanding, broadening the rib cage. And the exhale, moving that shoulder down, charging out through that bottom leg. Check in with your front face. Make sure it's not hardening, it's still receding. The brain quiet. And then releasing the hands back to the mat. Extend that bent leg and stack it back on top of the bottom foot. And then extend that bottom arm. And rolling out. And coming to a long vertical stretch. So lining the feet up, pulling the toes back, and making sure your buttocks are moving towards your heels. Lift the arms up, cross the thumbs, and bring the arms back. See how Anandasana beautifully helped open up the armpit area. With each inhale, broaden the side ribs and stretch the arms to their maximum. And with each exhale, connect each buttock to each heel and press the front thighs down. So the legs are firm, are burning. And keep the legs firm and burning, lift the arms back up, change the cross of the thumbs, check your feet, pull the toes back. Oh, suddenly I realise I'm not quite in the middle, so I'm going to make that better. There we go. And bring the arms back. Be with the breath. Each inhale, stretching the waists, broadening the side ribs, stretching the arms, the fingers. And each exhale, moving the buttocks, the sacrum towards the heels pressing down, the front thighs pressing down. And then bringing the arms back up and releasing everything. And now Sukhasana, which is our first pose, but we're going to do the Supta Sukhasana. So bending the knees, right ankle in front of the left, and check that the buttocks are moving towards the heels. And then bring the arms up, cross the thumbs, and stretch the arms back. Long, deep inhalations and long, deep exhalations. Rivers of prana inside, connecting through the nadis. Tributaries that were blocked being swept open. Exploring and witnessing all of this. Every now and then check that the front face is still pacifying, receiving, moving towards the ground, not moving up to the sky. And also check that the abdomen is still pacifying, melting towards the ground and not puffing up towards the sky. Just a few more breath cycles. Keep checking that you're really expanding, broadening the ribs, stretching the arms. And then bringing the arms back up. And elbows down, changing the cross of our ankles, of our feet, Sukhasana. Sacrum moving towards the heels. And the abdomen pacifying towards the ground. Lift the arms back up, change the cross of the thumbs, and re-stretch the arms back. Immediately entering the breath. Traveling with the breath through the breath. And in this way, instantly connecting to that multitudinous web of intelligence. Expanding with it. Keep the arms vibrant in order to really maximize the final opening of the cathedral of the ribs. And then bringing the arms back up and back to the mat. Uncrossing the ankles and just extending the legs to the feet at the width of the mat. Broadness, wideness. Let the legs roll open. The groins have been opened. Let the abdomen relax and stay with that river of pacification towards the ground. The arms extended and the shoulders open. The side ribs naturally broadened. And as we rest in Shavasana, no more effort with the breath, allowing ourselves to receive the gift of what has been planted and also of the river, the tributaries that have been reopened up by the magnificence of each asana itself through breath, just allowing that to settle, to receive all of that. No more striving, just being and receiving. So the eyelids completely closing and exhaling into Shavasana. Lifting the hands and bringing them to rest on the front hip bones. The eyelids gently flickering open. And the gaze diffusing, softening. So that seeing out is not disconnecting us from seeing in. And now rolling over to the side and pushing ourselves back up, keeping that softness in the face, that softness in the gaze. The inner drishti connection as real as the outer drishti connection. Palms coming together. Giving thanks for this practice and sending our love back out to the universe. May the universe know love. May the universe know peace. And may we help all those that we connect with to feel the same. All peace, peace, peace. And when we feel ready, opening back up. And welcome back from our journey, from our practice. A simple, gentle, but transformative practice when we really connect to the power of breath. The breath, the inner shapes, the inner ignition of kind of like a superpower when you tap into it that is much more than we ever thought possible and infinitely nourishing. I hope you felt it too. Namaste.